guys, join me again today in my Project Live Catch Up Friday video series. So for today I am going to be catching up on my week 49 for 2014. I am going to be mainly using the documenter kit from Calico from December 2015 called Lollipop Guild. So let's get started. So the first thing is going to be doing is just trying to work out what I'm going to do with the title page, and that paper, that piece of 4x6 paper is actually from an Amy Tangerine's stitch collection, I believe. So that's from a 12 by 12 paper pad. And the next thing we're going to be doing here is just stamping down the dates using the Mega Roller Date stamp from Calico. I've been having a bit of issues, a bit of difficulty, I guess, with just moving the dates for these roller date stamps because they're actually quite stiff. After a few, I guess, time using it, it's been a bit better, but it's still relatively difficult to move it around. I mean, it's huge, so I can see why it's so difficult to, and the rubber is a bit stiff. So yeah, but it's getting better. And the next thing, so with the ink, I've used a Memento Luxe ink. I think that one is called Smoky Grey. And what you see me doing here is just removing that puffy stickers that has a 49 on it. I decided to change the colour to a kind of a green, minty green colour called, I think, Mint Hint. Instead of using the grey, I decided to just go with that kind of green colour, just mainly because I think with the grey dates on it, I think I wanted the number 49 to pop a little bit more. And now I'm just moving on to the top right photo, and I decided on this chipboard sticker that came from My Mind's Eye, and this one is actually from the Jubilees line. I went with a yellow chipboard sticker just mainly because I want to kind of add a little bit of yellow onto the page. And I'm now just going through a bunch of the 4 cards that came in Documenter Kit, and I started with that yellow hard cardstock just so that coordinates with the sticker on top of it. And now I am just doing some journaling onto that 3x4 journaling card. So I'm just talking about, the movie we went to see. I think that one was the Hotel Transylvania #2, and we were so excited because we liked #1 so much. So, and now I'm just sticking down this. I guess it's a chipboard star that's in yellow, once again to kind of coordinate with the yellow onto that photo, and also doing some journaling onto this hard card as well. And the next thing you see me doing is just trying to looking through my stash for a sticker. I decided to go with this camera. I think it's just a chipboard kind of camera which I purchased from Calico. I think it's a wood grain kind of pattern, I guess. And now I'm just thinking how I'm going to decorate the bottom right photo. And I'm very sorry for, yeah, you go. So I moved it up. I was really concerned that you're not going to be able to see it. And what I'm trying to do now is just kind of coming up with my own embellishment a little bit, and just using this reddish 3x4 card, which I think it's from a strawberry kit, a Project Live strawberry kit, designed by Emily Lay, I believe. And I'm just using a portion of that card and also cutting up a white cardstock, and just to kind of have room for me to stamp something on that card. I decided to stick it onto the left side off center. Just it gives it a bit of a, what do you call it, movement, I guess. And I managed to got some glue on the photo, and I'm just using my rubber to rub it off. And then I'm just sticking down this wooden star, using my glossy accent, of course. And I'm just looking through the various stamp sets to just stamp down. I think I stamped the word "right now." Using once again my Memento Luxe ink in, I think, smoky grey. And yeah, so that's essentially it. I am going to do some journaling on that photo though, just using my Sharpie pen and just talking about the donuts that you can see in the photo. And that's it for the left side of the spread, and now I'm just working on the right side of the spread. I'm just choosing one 4x6 card and also another 3x4 card, which would go on the middle right, as you can see there. I am going to keep that yellow card that I kind of the back side of another card that I've used from the previous week. Actually, it was more of a week 50, so not so much it's a forward week. But yeah, so that's what I'm planning to do. I kind of like to keep the yellow. I'm also sticking down this kind of almost a two label stickers that says, I believe, yes and Saturday. Yeah. And I was just thinking, I want to kind of stamp onto that label sticker. I went with the VersaFine black ink there, just mainly because it was closer. I probably should have gone with the Memento Luxe ink, to be honest, but anywho, that's fine. And now I am just doing some journaling on that, straight onto that card. And that's it for that photo. And the next thing I'm doing is just doing some journaling onto that bottom left space pocket there. What essentially was saying is that this is our first year of picking cherries from my in-laws' house, and yeah, so we were very excited, and you know, I love eating cherries, so I was just talking about what we did with those. Actually, we were just talking about how much I enjoy picking on cherries. I'm also going to be doing some more journaling onto another 3x4 card, just describing, you know, what we did with those cherries. And so now I'm just going through my enamel dots, just trying to find a few enamel dots that as close as possible to being red, and so that's what I went with. And the next thing is going to be doing is trying to decorate that top right photo. I decided to go with this kind of greenish gold phrase sticker that actually I purchased. I think that didn't come from a kit. I think it was from a Calico, from the Calico website. Also sticking down that grey label as well. And so and underneath that, I'm also sticking down a cork star that is from Calico as well. And now what I'm doing is just trying to decorate that yellow card. I've got another kind of thing that's stuck on the back of that card, which is kind of been put on foam dot, so it was kind of difficult to to directly stamp on it. I decided to just stamp it on the side, and that worked out quite well. And now I was just doing some journaling onto that card. And so that card is describing the two Starbucks cups that's on the right of it. I was talking about how those were our first trip. That's from our first trip to Starbucks this year. Well, actually, trip to get Christmas drinks from Starbucks. So, and now I'm just working out how I am going to decorate that Starbucks cups photo. And I went with this chipboard sticker, which came from a documented kit. And the next thing I'm doing is just sticking down these wooden phrase, kind of bubble phrase that says swell, straight on top of the photo. And I like how it's almost talking about almost kind of describing the cake itself and almost making the cake look like it's actually speaking. So that was that's pretty funny. And the next thing I'm doing is just to stamp numbers. So this stamp is, I believe, from the kit, and I'm just stamping number essentially 1, 2, 3, 4. That so what I'm trying to do with this card is just listing out things that we did, that we used the cherry for. So the cherries that we picked from our house, well, our parents, our in-laws' house. And yeah, so it's just the first thing we did was obviously cherry ice cream as per Cherry Garcia, that's from Ben & Jerry's. And the next thing we did was a Black Forest cake, which you could see from the middle photo there. And the next thing, I think I was going to say cherry pie, that's what we did for dessert that night. And the last thing is just having it fresh. So they were delicious fresh too. So that's what we did. And now that's essentially it for that card, and also essentially it for that spread as well. I'm just cutting off the excess of that swell chipboard, wooden phrase. And that's it. Here's some close-ups. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I hope you give it a thumbs up so that I know that you enjoyed this video. And if you want YouTube to let you know when my next video comes up, please subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!